that's where things got complicated. I pulled into that shop. They told me I needed a new radiator. I couldn't disagree. There was a dead bird in mine. So yeah, it leaked a little. They replaced it. Then they told me, well, the one we got from the hardware, from the parts store, leaks a lot. So we got to get another. So they got another and they put that in. And then they told me I was good. Well, they also replaced my serpentine belt and I think a sensor. But turned out that the second radiator also leaked at the connection where the cooling line goes to the transmission. So it leaked transmission fluid. Burned up my transmission, left me stranded in Reading for a week. Of course, this is according to the transmission shop in Reading. Because I made it out of Wyoming, across Idaho, into Oregon, and things just weren't right coming out of Oregon. Got down to Lake Siskiyou, camped for a weekend. Then things got a little hairy. I was like, I'd better jump down to Reading where there's a few transmission shops and get this taken care of. So I got to Reading, barely. Went through 3 transmission shops before I found one that said, well, we don't have one for your van, but we can rebuild yours. Faster, better, stronger. Yeah, $6 million man later. So it ended up costing me about $2,600 for the rebuild. And I topped out around $3,000 because, of course, they had to replace the radiator. But they said that's what happened. It was leaking about a drop every 2 or 3 seconds, so it was a slow leak. It's not completely unreasonable that they missed it at McHugh's in Cody, Wyoming. But it would have been nice had they returned my calls or contacted the transmission shop, talked to somebody. But they have just not returned any calls. They've just totally dodged me. That I didn't appreciate. So anyway, moving along. I really did enjoy my time in Wyoming. The views were absolutely beautiful. Spent a lot of time going back and forth between Cody and where I was camped in the National Forest, about a half hour away. But yeah, I burned a lot of gas, but it didn't cost what it costs in California, thank God. Welcome to Wyoming. $5 a gallon. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, in Missouri, I was used to paying, I don't know, about $3.69 a gallon. So that was painful, but nowhere near as painful as my recent trip to the coast here, where I paid almost $7 a gallon in California. Looking back, I have to kind of laugh at this clip. This is gonna hurt a lot. I can feel the money pouring out of my wallet. It's as if it's bleeding. So, van life continues. Went and did some fishing today. That didn't go well. Got some nice pictures today. Apparently there are no grizzlies here where I'm camping, but there is a black bear that's been seen around here, so I gotta watch it. I got bear spray. I'm not overly concerned with a black bear. Yeah, I don't feel like screwing with my electrical shit because I just don't know what I'm doing with it. So eventually I will be somewhere where I have internet and phone service, get a hold of Renogy and say, help me, and get that working. In the meantime, I got a little bitty ice chest and
another one of those butane cook stoves. Made some coffee with that. Those work really nice. They're only like 25 bucks. But anyway, I think today was the first time I've actually sat down and voluntarily just stopped moving in I don't know how long. I'm sure some of my friends could vouch for, yeah, he just doesn't stop. It's not his thing. So it's kind of weird for me. But now that I'm out here and I have hit someplace that I want to be for a while, where there's fishing and there's photography opportunities and it's not sweltering hot, um, I just kind of plopped down in my chair this afternoon and said, now what? So it's going to be an interesting life change. Having me a bag salad for dinner. Pretty good, actually. Bacon Caesar. But I'm not biting the carrots. Well, I'd been a bit surprised that I hadn't seen any squirrels, chipmunks, or any small animals. But I just saw one dart from the front end of my van into the tall grass. Right there. Now, where he went, I have no idea. But they're here. Really enjoying Wyoming so far. I've had quite a bit of technical difficulties on my journey with that van and the electrical system I'm trying to put in it. Solar power and all that to run the in-house equipment like refrigerator, freezer, fans, etc. Nothing has stopped me cold. I ain't had a breakdown or anything. Well, not a mechanical one yet. No. I've weathered the storms pretty good, I think.
So I've apparently misfiled a lot of the footage from Yellowstone. Didn't really get a lot anyway. This time of year, it seems that 99% of what you're going to see is buffalo. So I did see some cow elk on the way out at the west exit entrance, whatever. Got some good photos of them. I'll throw some of those up here. And shot through Idaho as an overnight because I wanted to get to Oregon. Then went through most of Oregon. It was not at all what I expected, so I didn't do a lot of videography of it. It was kind of barren. Then hung out with a buddy of mine from high school for an evening. Headed out next day and went down to an old stomping ground from when I was a kid, Lake Siskiyou, right at the foot of Mount Shasta. That was equally disappointing. Just wrong time of year for most of it, I guess. It's fire season. There was a lot of smoke in the air. No snow on Mount Shasta. It was really sad looking. Uh, where I used to catch trout, there's now smallmouth bass. So I'm guessing that means the water has become a bit warmer. Um, After my weekend at Lake Siskiyou, that's, as I said, when I realized I was having some problems with my transmission and made my way down to Reading. And that was a long week, but at least Adam came down there middle of it, and we went and had some fun. Okay, I swear this looks like something straight out of Shadowrun, but that is a beautiful car. So we're doing Reading, and we're doing it right. It's karaoke night. Phil, Missy, Nicole, and me. I assume that was Phil. Nope. Okay, then Missy, Nicole, and me. I think I'm going to leave off there, and we'll pick up at, well, somewhere along the way on the next video. See ya.